Hello, and welcome to our How to Discipline series. This session focuses on being confident as you set limits with your children. It takes confidence to assume an in-charge role which provides safety and structure for your children. You have to believe that being assertive and setting limits is important for your children and a necessary part of healthy parenting. Having a confident approach helps you to take a more relaxed and a more unemotional stance, and enables you to avoid any confusion, ensuing power struggles, or the possibilities of getting sidetracked by other issues. For example, if you are convinced that you have a right and a responsibility to set a bedtime for your children and that it is in their interest for you to do so, you are less likely to get swayed by their nightly protests. If you are a person who finds it difficult being assertive in other aspects of life, being more confident with disciplining your children can increase your comfort level with being assertive in general. As you do that, you provide a model for being assertive for your children, thus increasing their confidence and their self-esteem. Your children also benefit directly by having parents who are willing to take a stand. By having standards that you hold your children to, by stating clear expectations, and by holding your children accountable for their behavior, you help them to gain character traits such as maturity, responsibility, trustworthiness, and honesty. For example, if you establish a definite time that you want your children to be home by when they visit friends, a confident parent would confront them if they're late and perhaps impose a consequence. In this way, your children learn to respect their commitments in the future, for example, by coming home on time. When you don't give in to your children's every wish, you are teaching them to delay gratification, to consider the needs of others, to learn your values, and to tolerate a bit of frustration. So, for example, if you refuse to buy them the in-game because you want them to save their money to make the purchase, then your children will learn to work towards a goal and to appreciate the value of money and the things they already have. As a confident parent, you will know the following: that it is your right and responsibility to act as the executive in your home, that you do not have to be mean to be assertive. You can promote your children's self-esteem and maintain a healthy relationship with them while you are being firm and assertive. You can have the confidence in your judgment as the adult, knowing that you have the wisdom based on life experience and knowledge of your children's needs. That you are the benevolent dictator when your children are young and immature, and gradually, as they grow and their judgment improves, you hand over decision-making responsibilities and privileges to them. That it is all right for your children to momentarily feel angry, rebellious, or upset by you. They can still obey and behave appropriately, even if they don't like the rules and decisions. That you can be flexible and change your mind and compromise from a position of strength. The decision to do so is yours. However, you're doing it because you choose to, not because your children can outfight you. Your job is not always to make your children happy. That's not a good gauge to decide on whether or not you're doing a good job as a parent. As a confident parent, you are willing to deny your children's requests when they're unreasonable. For example, you may refuse to buy an expensive pair of designer jeans because you don't want to spend that much money or because doing so is in conflict with your values. You can demand in a clear way that your children act in responsible ways to meet reasonable expectations. So, for example, you may insist that your children treat everyone in your home with respect. They can express their feelings, but they may not call names. And you may show them acceptable ways to express their anger and frustration. You can also delegate certain tasks to your children that are appropriate for your children's age and development and help them to gain a sense of responsibility. So, for example, you may have assigned chores to your children and you follow through to make sure that they are completed in a satisfactory and timely fashion. This way, your children learn the skills necessary to become independent and self-sufficient. For many parents, adopting these attitudes does not come easily. It may be much more comfortable for you to nurture your children and enjoy being with them rather than having to discipline them. You may fear that by being the disciplinarian, that you will harm your relationship with them, make them resentful, or that you may even stamp out their creativity. In reality, though, the opposite is much more likely to happen. Even if your children are temporarily not happy with the decisions you make, knowing that you are there to guide them and protect them will help increase their confidence and ability to manage life, and they are more likely to look to you for that guidance in the future. For more information about discipline and parenting in general, please check out our website. Thank you for joining us.